All right, this is your personal love reading. Um, so let's go ahead and get started. I did meditate before I started with the reading, and it I got the majority of the vibration um, in the heart, but also up in the head. But when I got it in the head, when I got the vibration in the head, um, maybe more spirit oriented, or maybe you're in your head about somebody that you love, but it may be a little bit stressful. So let's just see what the message, what the message has to say. I love doing readings for men because they don't generally get them. That's why I chose you. All right. Wow. So the first card that I have out is the Ten of Staves, and the Ten of Staves actually represents burdens. So I don't know if, because this is a love reading, you were in a past relationship that was burdensome, or you were dealing with somebody that was burdensome, or if you were burdensome to somebody else. But whatever this situation is, it had a lot of burdens to carry on this. 10 also represents the end of a cycle. So you could be at the end of a cycle as far as these burdens are concerned, especially at the placement of the card. Also, we have Five of Swords. So it looks like this particular card actually represents, I don't want to say defeat because it's kind of negative, but it's like almost like fighting for something that nobody wins. The outcome is that nobody actually wins. It's like you're turning around, you're walking away because there's no reason to continue to keep fighting over this anymore. Or it's that you're not fighting, could be that you're not wanting to fight for the relationship anymore. It may be a situation where it's ran its course and there's nothing else that you can do at that point. I don't know if you or the person that you're dealing with is an air sign, which could be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, or you could have that in your chart. But we also have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So the Ace of Swords in reverse, I can read a couple of different ways. I can tell you that there's no new beginning. So there will not be a new beginning to this particular situation. As we get further into it, I think that if you don't already know what I'm talking about, then you will understand as the reading goes on. But also, somebody's not being truthful, I would say, about something. They're not sticking to the point. Something with not seeing the bigger picture. But there's something with not sticking to the point as far as this reading is concerned. Also, the overall energy being the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So again, no new beginning. You or the person that you're dealing with, or it could be two people that you tried to have a situation with, or there could be a third person involved. But whichever way it goes, they could possibly also be a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, which is an earth sign. So there will be no new beginning as far as the Ace of Pentacles being in reverse. And if I go a little bit deeper into the story, I just feel like that there was a lot of emotional dissatisfaction. I believe that you or the person that you were with, maybe had a really hard time letting go, or maybe you let go. Also, I think that for some reason, I think that you could have been trying to make a very happy home with somebody. But the problem is that maybe this situation wasn't necessarily meant to be. I think when it comes to men, because of the responsibility a man holds in a household, it may have come across to her as if you didn't love her. And really, in turn, is that maybe this was a situation that you couldn't go any further in. And this is about you with the Venus in reverse, the love card being in reverse. I would say that this is about you turning the love back into you. Also with the Five of Cups in reverse, emotionally, there was a lot of dissatisfaction. You're not happy with anything any emotional offer that may have been presented to you. You were not you just didn't want to hear it. In fact, I believe you walked away strongly. However, with the Devil card in the upright, there may be an attachment due to sexually. Like you may have mentally, spiritually, mentally broke up with this person, but physically you're still binded. Like sexually you're still binded, because technically, once the two energies meet physically, and the act is being able to, the physical act is an orgasm or a climax, but when you do that, it's you and that person are actually ascending to a higher level, and it's the transferring of energies and all types of things. So there's so much chemically and spiritually that goes on within that act. It can leave you binded. So physically you may not have actually broken up with that person. What's interesting is that there's a lack of focus, or that you're focusing on the wrong thing. You're not realizing that there are other things or other people or just other things. Like the focus is in the wrong place. Had this been this way, I would say you had many options and that you're focused. But it's like you're focused not on the right thing, and there are other things that may be weighing in this situation. Like you may be, I'm not really for sure. It's just the energy. There's a lack of focus within this. And then the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, like I stated before. But let's go ahead and get into figuring out what the Ten of Staves actually represents. What is this about? Please explain to me. Okay, the Five of Swords again. So anytime I get double numbers, this is a strong message, and it's the same card but a different deck. So communication may even be blocked. There was definitely a fight or a strong argument, possibly. Wow. So this situation, okay, this situation was not meant to be. 555. Okay, so 5 is actually a very positive number. It represents change. So this may have been something from the past. The burden, which, half of 10 equals 5. So we've got a lot of 5s going on here. Wow. And then we've got 20. So this is an ongoing theme. So pay attention to these numbers. 5 seems to be the common denominator in this particular reading, which is this is really cool. I must be really in picking up on something. But here where this shows that you're just kind of walking away, there's blockage in communication. So this actually means the same thing, but because this is in reverse, this is almost as if like somebody wants to say something or they're not letting go. I would say that there's definitely, it's kind of defensive. They're on guard. It doesn't matter because you turned your back, you're walking away, or you did walk away. Also, with Judgment being in reverse, I would say that there is a lack of listening to spirit. You're not listening to what God is trying to tell you. Or maybe that you weren't listening before, like you weren't listening to what spirit was saying. Whichever way it goes, it doesn't matter. You walked away. You gathered your things and you walked away. So I think you communicated, I think there was some type of, or maybe wow, maybe they communicated with you. So wow, we have 5, 5, 5, 5, and then 20 and 10. This is crazy. I've never drawn like this before. So 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands represents, it's a fight. It can also relate to gossip. There could have been a lot of people in your ear about this particular relationship or this situation. I'm hearing baby mama. I don't know if she is a woman who is scorned, but this could definitely be a situation where this individual is hurt. Like, I don't know. There could be a lot of people that are in your ear, though, about this particular situation. You need to be careful. Wow, and the King of Cups on top of the Ace of Swords in reverse. Ooh, and the overall energy being the 6 of Coins in reverse. So, I believe that this is your energy. It's the King of Cups. He's a very stable, emotionally stable energy. Or this could represent the person that you were involved with. Everybody has a divine masculine and feminine within them. So it could be that her divine masculine is actually very stable. But this could also represent your energy. It's just that you are the king who is being represented within this reading. That's how I would take this. And that emotionally, at least at this point, if not soon, you will be very stable. Also, I think that you are listening to spirit. I think that actually you are probably the one with good communication skills. I think that the person that you were dealing with or are dealing with may have has a lot of pain, a lot of things that have been brought forward into you trying to put maybe something into it. I keep hearing the word healing. Like need for healing is what I'm getting. Probably on both sides. But whoever it was, this baby moms, or if you don't have a baby moms, whoever this was, I don't know if you had gotten somebody pregnant and they terminated the pregnancy and now they're upset about it, or if you carried out having a relationship with this mother. I'm not really sure exactly how this was. I feel I'm getting so much energy. I think that even though the message is very cut and dry, it's about communication and spirituality at the end of the day. Okay? The overall energy was the 6 of Coins in reverse. So I believe that there wasn't equal give and take. What you were putting in or what they were putting in, neither of you were able to balance each other out as far as the this relationship was concerned. It's like you just couldn't get to that point. It was really, really rough. It's unfortunate because with the moon also being in reverse and the magician being in reverse, I do think that you were passionate about this person. You could have been dealing with two different women, honestly. One who was extremely financially stable, who actually did well for themselves, and maybe one who was very emotionally unstable. Or this could be the same person. Financially, she did well, but emotionally, she was lacking. It could be two people. Maybe that's where this pain, maybe it's like three different situations that are going on. But whatever the case may be, I just don't think that I almost feel like you fell out of love with this person. It was like you tried. I feel like that you tried to have a very passionate beginning. I feel like that you felt as if this was meant to be and the experience was meant to be because you were supposed to learn, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it was meant to be forever. Also, with the magician in reverse and this being the sacral card, maybe this is where the binding with the devil card being in the upright, maybe this is where this comes in because sexually it could have kept you bound, and maybe she thought that she could keep you by having amazing sex with you, but we all know at the end of the day, sex does not keep the man. And I think that there were things that there were a lot of things that were hidden that you just didn't know about. I don't, and I'm getting like, it's not your fault. That's the message that I'm getting. It's just not your fault. You know, there may have been some things that you did, but at the end of this, there's so much other things I think going on emotionally. It just wasn't I'm getting it's not your fault is what I'm hearing. Okay, so also in this reading, we have the sexual tarot. So I don't know. I think that maybe this energy, this person was just trying to just have a piece of you, anything that they could possibly have. This is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And actually in a regular tarot deck, this would represent someone who is being lazy. So I don't know if this person was not giving as much as you were giving to the relationship, or this could be your energy. Remember, the energies can go either way. However I explain it, that energy can go either way. Maybe it's you that doesn't want to let go. Maybe it's you that just has to keep a piece of that person. Maybe the relationship for her was very burdensome. Maybe you were the one who was blocked. But this situation was not meant to be. Maybe she was the one to walk away. She wasn't going to fight with you anymore over this. So, like I said, the energy can go either way. Also, the Queen of Cups. So, with this being in the upright, I don't know if there's a new person that you're dealing with. Maybe it's you that looks at this person as the Queen of Cups. This is what's interesting is we have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups in the upright. However, and this could be somebody totally different. You could have been looking at somebody else more as the Queen of Cups. But what's interesting is we have Temperance in the reverse. And Temperance in the reverse, a person who is of temperance is somebody who is, it's like alchemy. It's where somebody's trying to formulate it's about chemistry. Temperance is about chemistry. And so in this particular reading, I think that maybe the chemistry might have been off. We also have the Knave of Pentacles in the upright as the overall energy. So I don't know if you were whining and dining a woman. Like, I don't know if you were trying to lure somebody that you were seeking in this way. Maybe that's why the Magician is in reverse, is because anytime you're trying to manifest love in a relationship, it has to come from a very spiritual place. So maybe this was somebody else that was trying to get you to be intoxicated. They wanted you, maybe that's where this is coming from. Maybe where she thought that she was going to keep you with the sex, or you thought you were going to keep her with the sex. But it's crazy because it's just not something was imbalanced. But you're very stable, which is interesting. I'm getting like, I feel strongly that this is somebody else though. Anytime you're trying to manifest love, let me go back to that. Anytime you're trying to manifest love, you need to be really careful, especially men, because I think that you guys feel like, okay, so if I want her and dine her and she likes me, you know, maybe she might be the jump off for the night, and maybe, you know, you know, if I give her the best sex of her life, that, you know, that's really going to help draw her in, because of course there's always something magical, you know, about the dick when it comes to when you're trying to bond. You know, that is the connection, that's the plug. You know what I'm saying? She's the outlet and you're the plug. And what happens when you plug in something, you know, if you're plugging in a light, then we know that that light turns on. You know what I'm saying? But those things have to happen in order for there to even be that spark or that current, you know, as far as electricity goes. So I feel the same way when it comes to relationships, that it's that way. So, you know, the Temperance, whether it's upside down or in reverse, maybe you didn't have good chemistry with somebody else, but maybe this is about you trying to create a good chemistry or have good chemistry with somebody. But you just need to be careful about how you're manifesting love. With the Romance Angel cards, it states attraction. It says, you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So I do think that, you know, there is a strong attraction. I think a lot of people, a lot of women could be attracted to you. But I do believe that you are calling in somebody in particular. And that's probably why we pulled this card. It says calling in your soulmate. It says your prayers and affirmations and visualization help bring you together. So whoever it is that you're trying to bring in, it sounds like you're trying to bring in a soulmate. Now, I always tell people, you know, anytime you want to manifest a soulmate, you need to do that in a more spiritual way. You know, you want to ask God or ask Spirit to bring you the right person. And there's nothing wrong with asking for that. You don't have to go around and tell people. You just have to be specific about what it is that you're asking for. You know, especially if they have other issues, you know, just being able to, you know, help work through those issues. You know, relationships are really, really rough. And then you could be calling in, you know, relationships don't always mean relationships. So it could be that you're just calling in a soulmate, whichever way it goes. We also have wedding. It says this situation involves marriage. Now, I'm not telling you that you're going to get married by calling in your soulmate. You may not marry your soulmate. You could marry your soulmate. But I also take wedding as the union, um, sometimes of souls. So although you may not marry them in the physical 3D of what we live in now, spiritually, there could be a marriage between the two of you, which is on a completely another level, and that's a whole nother conversation. And then also it says the overall energy is finance and career. It says financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So if you are struggling financially, especially the role that males play, I think that it is important to make sure that you have yourself, it seems like you have yourself together emotionally, but also financially. It is not fair for anybody to be taking care of you or you taking care of them unless the two of you agree on a certain plan. Like, hey, come move in with me. We're gonna stack money together for a certain amount of time, and then we're gonna go do this together. You know, so I think that's one thing. Also, it says you deserve love. It says you're lovable, and I believe that, and I do believe that you deserve love. Also, under that is chemistry. Again, there's something about, you having the right chemistry with somebody in order to make that relationship go forward. You may already know who I'm talking. You may have great chemistry with somebody. Maybe you have maybe this is why calling in your soulmate landed on this Queen of Chalices, because you're calling in your soulmate. Yeah, this person you could already either be dealing with or already know. Something's telling me to tell you to take it slow. Yeah, it's telling me to tell you to take it slow and really take your time out to get to know this person. It doesn't mean you have to rush into anything. It could lead to marriage if that's what you want, but the more that you take your time out to get to know that person and then get to know you, transparency is going to be a huge thing. This is about you coming clean with your character and them coming clean with their character, and the two of you deciding whether or not, that you want to move forward. But the inner message is number 18. It says spirals of manifestation. So anytime there is a spiral, it can either spiral up, or it can spiral down, or it can spiral out of control. So I feel like that this is what this is saying is that whatever it is that you're manifesting, make sure that it doesn't spiral down, make sure that it spirals up, and that it doesn't spiral out of control. Okay? We'll do angel cards real quick. Your first one is live. So definitely live in your moments. Receive. Learn to be able to receive. That's interesting because the overall energy was the 6 of coins. And this is about, not having equal give and take. So maybe you have an issue with receiving, or maybe it's not an issue, but just be able to learn to receive love. Everybody's love language is different. And then release. Wow, this is about releasing this ex or whatever this was, this other thing that wasn't as healthy, this other thing that was kind of burdensome for you. Release. So it could release an ex, or just release, like just exhale. There's so many things that are going on, and right now I think that Black men are under a lot of pressure right now. So just being able to release and finding ways to cope that are healthy. And I'm not talking about like going out, being in the streets, smoking, drinking. I'm talking about maybe if you are into working out, spending time putting the love back into yourself. But I feel like emotionally you're in a good place, and I feel like you know how to release any built up stress or tension. I think that I don't know you, but I feel like that you are emotionally stable enough to figure those things out. Normally I don't do this, but we'll go ahead and pull. Ooh, key. It says seek no further. Your aha moment is at hand. So I think that within this reading, you're going to understand a little bit more. And I want you to use that as the key to be able to move into, if you aren't already in a new relationship, into that next cycle, that you have the key to understand how to make that next situation work out the way you want. And let's draw the wisdom card. Ooh, owl. It says follow your intuition. So those messages that God is giving you, definitely follow those. Follow your intuition. You're going to be on it. All right, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. You have a lovely day. Bye-bye.